Okay, guys. Good morning. Welcome to, what is it, the 14th day? Is that where we're at? 2 weeks already into 2020. I mean, that goes fast. I don't know if anybody else, celebrated New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, but that's how fast 2 weeks goes by. So it's super fast. And before we know it, it'll be February 1st. And believe me, before you know it, it'll be July 1st. And the next thing you know, we'll be celebrating going into 2022. It literally goes that fast. It's crazy how time flies. And for anybody who has kids, you sure know, what I'm talking about here. Children, grandchildren, all of a sudden one day you're literally holding them in the palm of your hand. And the next thing you know, you're their personal Uber driver. So that's a little bit about my world right now. I'm an Uber driver that does not get paid. So I just tried to call. I could not reach. Gotcha. Okay. So I think it's possibly going to be Lou. Is going to be our elite trainer today, and I believe he's going to be logging on here at some point. So we're going to cover a couple different things for you here today in the leadership portion of today. And I'm excited about this topic because for the agents that are here today, a lot of you folks are brand new agents and you're just getting started, or you're kind of like me and you've always really liked calling some of the older leads, right? A little bit less expensive. A lot of times there was an agent from another company who maybe wasn't trained properly, right? Not everybody is blessed to have the type of Equus training that we provide. And a lot of times they get either no training or not the right training, or they just kind of go out there on a whim and they go out on an appointment and they royally mess it up by no fault of their own. Again, just somebody just didn't train them properly. So a lot of times you are going to find gold. And when I say gold, I literally mean gold. You are going to uncover gold in B leads, C leads, D leads, the IPL leads. And if you're not sure what an IPL lead is, feel free to leave a message in the chat. Also, you can go into your training center, into your dashboard, and go under scripts and guides, and you will actually find a breakdown of what all the different types of leads are, right? So that's the purpose of today's call, is to kind of give you some pointers and some tips about how to approach some of these older leads. One of the other things that you can do with older leads is we have the internet leads, right? So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day old internet leads, but then we have the internet leads that are 30-day plus old leads, right? So little bit lower cost of an investment for you. So write this. So if ever I go through this at any point in time and I say things like write this down, it's probably just something that is really going to hit home with you. And a lot of you I don't know personally. And so a little bit about me. I've been in the insurance industry now a little over 9 years. And over my career, I've had an opportunity to meet with several thousand clients. I've had several thousand clients on the books currently, and my wife and I were actually just talking about this last night because we were having a conversation with an agent about living benefits and about carriers paying out a certain percentage of living benefits. And I looked at my wife and I said, have we over the years actually had a living benefits claim? And she said, no, I don't think we have. And so you don't ever really want to get that call about living benefits. So it makes me feel good to know that we've done a good job here over the years for the thousands of people that we've had an opportunity to meet with. And at the same time, nobody's really had to cash in on some of those living benefits and things of that nature. So that's a blessing in itself. And so over the years, I've had an opportunity to work with agents just like everybody here, brand new, either just got your insurance license or you've been in the insurance business maybe 6 to 12 months. And that's my joy. My joy is having an opportunity to help agents from the very beginning. We call them green agents, and help you from the very beginning develop good habits. Develop good habits that you can begin to implement and execute on a daily basis. And so anything that I talk about here today, everyone has a different upline. They have a different manager or a different team that they work on. We all actually work together between trustworthy and and Carlos and Daniel and Matt Dixon and myself and the Skelly group. And, we all work in tandem together. So if what I say today is, specifically just the way I teach it, and if it sounds a little bit different than what your manager maybe has taught you, it doesn't mean you have to take it any certain type of way. Here's what I love about what we do, is that there's no one single way to do this, meaning everybody's going to come with a pool of experience. So you can kind of pick and choose little things that you hear, see. Same thing with scripts, right? Some scripts work better for other people than they do with others. So pick and choose different things that resonates with you, that makes you feel good about what it is that you're trying to do. And if you try to do something over and over again and it doesn't work, stop, change it, find something different. There's a million different things, different ways that we can skin this cat, and just find a different way to do it. So today we talk about older leads, and older leads is going to allow you to really sharpen your blade. It's really going to allow you to chip away at some of your insecurities, some of your fears, and it's also going to make you better and more prepared for when the time comes and you start to run some of those fresh leads and those A leads. Why do I say that? It's very simple. It's the rhetorical question. Would you rather mess up a lead that cost you $45 or a lead that cost you $4? Right? Everybody is going to be in agreement. We'd all like to at least mess up that $4 lead as opposed to that $40+ lead. And so that is another point of calling older leads. And again, you're going to uncover gold. There's going to be some folks who have never been called. So you're going to get one end of the spectrum. You're going to get folks who, again, had an agent maybe come out, didn't do the right thing. You're also going to find folks who had an agent and they bought a policy. You're also going to find that there's folks who just never got called, or maybe they were called the very time that maybe they bought a house or did a refinance, for example, and they were just so busy, or they got so inundated with all the calls that they were getting that they just decided, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. I haven't even gotten my first electric bill yet, let alone I have to start talking about insurance. I'm just going to put this off for a little while. So we can all understand if we've ever been in a position of just being busy, that we sometimes put things off. So these are just some of the things that you're going to uncover when we're calling older leads. So let's get right down to it. All right. So maybe just by a show of hands, we can all just kind of, go like this. Has anybody called an older lead and gotten the objection, I don't remember filling this out? Has anybody gotten that? Okay, a lot of hands go up. I don't remember filling this out. Okay, here we go. So I understand. So to refresh your memory, you put down that your date of birth is 2/22/76 and your loan amount was $250,000, and you did that with Bank of America. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Perfect. Okay, so most families, they send back this request just like you did, because they want to ensure that if they pass away, there's no financial hardship and they don't struggle with the house. Does that sound like something that would have been important to you? So we're always setting it up with an open-ended question that requires them to give us a direct response, right? Does that sound like something that was important to you as well? Well, yes, it was. Perfect. My job is to get that information out to you that you originally requested. And it shows here that you haven't received that information. So it's going to take me a few minutes and I'll get that information out to you. And, so I'm going to leave this part right here open-ended. It depends on who you are. This is the virtual group. So we're all pretty much doing virtual appointments, unless maybe some of you are hybrid. Hybrid meaning you're doing some virtual appointments, but you're also still doing some in-home appointments. For myself personally, I'm hybrid. I'm doing a little bit of both. And so I'm going to give it to you two ways how you can schedule that off an older lead. So Mr. Jones, based on what's happening right now in the world with COVID, I'm going to leave it up to you. Are you more comfortable with me coming out and sitting down with you? Or how are you with the technology? Would you be okay if I did a screen share with you and I sent you a link? And it's going to take me a few minutes to go over the information with you. What's better for you? Oh, well, you know what? Because of the COVID and my wife's not, feeling very well, it's probably better for us to just go with the link. Okay, great. I can do, I have later on this evening, Thursday, or I can do tomorrow on Friday. Which day is better for you? Tonight would be great. Okay, we can do it at 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Great. I want to confirm your email address, right, is abc@gmail.com. Brad, it's okay. And I'm going to shoot you that link right now. Why don't we just stay on the phone, because I want you to confirm that you received the link that I sent you. It also has my contact information as well as a copy of my insurance license. Great. See you tonight at 8 o'clock. So I don't remember filling this out. Okay. Has anybody received the objection, I'm no longer interested? Has anybody gotten, I'm no longer interested? Okay. So, and who is the, so is it Taylor? Taylor's the admin. So Taylor, would you be able to reach out to the folks that don't have a screen on? So
I'll reach out to them, yeah.
Thank you. So I'm no longer interested. Okay. Bob, I know that this was originally important to you, like it is to every family when they send back this request. Are you no longer interested because you can't afford it, or you don't think you're going to qualify? Again, an open-ended question. Are you no longer interested because you don't believe you can afford it, or you don't think you will qualify? Okay. Just an open-ended question. And then we're always going to go back to, right? This is your ultimate goal, scheduling the appointment. Your ultimate goal is to schedule an appointment. Go back to, okay, so it's because you didn't think that you could afford it. No problem. Bob, I'm a field underwriter. I'm actually not a salesperson. So what I do is I look at all the different carriers and the options, and then I customize. Keyword, guys, I customize a plan to fit your budget. See, that's one way. Here's another way. When you say you can't afford it, what makes you say that? Well, I had agent A come out a few months ago, showed me a plan, and I couldn't afford it. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Based on my paperwork, it doesn't seem like that was anybody here from our office. And so I'm sorry that he showed you something that was outside of your budget. Here's the way I like to do business. The way I like to do business, Bob, is I like to go ahead and customize my plans for my clients, meaning I let you be in charge of your mortgage protection plan. I let you be in charge of your equity plan, however you want to describe it. I let you be in charge of that. So together, keywords, so together, you and I will work through this and we will customize a plan that works in your budget. Does that sound like a fair way to start? Yes, it does. Great. How's this evening? How's tomorrow? Okay. Also, folks, make yourself available. And, this was something that I wanted to share with you very early on in the conversation. Make yourselves available, meaning we want to make times for our families and we want to do things, but sometimes you may need to sacrifice an hour of your time away on a Friday evening. And by the way, if you're not utilizing your Friday evenings, you are missing out on an amazing opportunity. I've had agents literally go 12 for 12, 15 for 15. Personally, I've gone 10 for 10 on Friday evenings. When I say 10 for 10, 12 for 12, 15 for 15, what I'm talking about here is when an adult schedules an appointment on a Friday evening after a long week of work, a couple things are happening. Number one, if they take that appointment at Friday at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, I'll share with you this. That individuals, they're open. They're open if they're taking that appointment that late. They're interested. Here's the other thing. The stress of the week kind of goes away a little bit after 5 o'clock on Friday, because maybe they have a glass of wine or they have that first beer, whatever it might be. And all of a sudden they've just let loose a little. They're just not as uptight. They're just a little bit more open-minded. And I'll share with you that if you can do these appointments on a Friday evening and just take advantage of an hour or two on a Friday evening, you will have success. You will have success. Okay, someone says to you, my wife and I, we're both professionals, and we get started in our day very early. We have to get the kids off to school. What time is the earliest that we can meet? Well, you tell me. I wake up at 5 a.m. Would you like to get together at 7 a.m.? Yes, I would. Great. You're not going to have to do these appointments all the time. But see, what you're trying to do is you're trying to sharpen your sword. And you're trying to chisel away so that you can begin to become successful at what we're doing. Well, sometimes success, not sometimes, all times success is going to require sacrifice. Here's the great news. It's very rare that you're gonna have to take a 7 a.m. appointment on a weekday, but if somebody is open to that option, my advice is take it. And guess what? Somebody schedules an appointment at 7 a.m. on a weekday, I got news for you. They're a ready to purchase client. They're ready to go. They're really no different than the Friday evening person. Same thing with Sunday appointments, right? Sometimes Sunday's the day to unwind, the day to relax. Sometimes people don't want to talk business on Sundays, but the individual or individuals that will accept an appointment on Sunday, guess what? They're ready to rock. They are ready to rock. And so should you. Be ready to rock, ready to go. Okay, so let's circle back. I can't afford it, okay? Well, on the field underwriter, we're going to customize. We went through that. I don't think I qualify. What if somebody says, I don't think I qualify? One of the amazing things at Equus is we have a buffet of carriers. We have what's called guaranteed issue, no medical questions. As long as you're 45 and above, we have different carriers for different folks who maybe have a medical condition that is very recent. And look, nobody else in America will touch them from a financial underwriting standpoint. No underwriter is going to look at them, but we have some carriers that can be customized. And so I'm going to assure my client, I'm going to say, Mrs. Jones, let me assure you that over my last 9 years, even if you're brand new, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, over my career, you could have started yesterday. Over my career, there really hasn't been many clients I've met with that I haven't been able to help. Let's go ahead and set the appointment up for Tuesday night. Let's go ahead and set this appointment up for this evening. Okay. All right. How about this one? I know we've all gotten this one. I've gotten multiple calls about this. Raise your hand. Has anybody called someone off a lead and they said, I've gotten multiple calls about this? Okay. Yes. Yes, Bob. Yes. Look, most families do. It's typical to get a couple requests. It's normal for you to want to shop and compare. Make sure you have the best plan for your family. Bob, listen, I'm a field underwriter. I'm not a sales rep. So we use, 2 handfuls of carriers to best help each client. And I have a packed out schedule tomorrow. Literally, I've got appointments from 8 all the way straight through. But here's what I'd like to do for you. Keyword, why? With them. What's in it for me? Here's what I'd like to do for you. What I'd like to do for you, Bob, is I'd like to go ahead, and if it's okay with you, why don't I just kind of squeeze you in, maybe in between either my 2 and my 3 o'clock appointment, or is it better to maybe see if I could squeeze you in sometime in the evening time? What's better for you? None of these are perfect, and none of these are going to be 100%. But if you're not prepared for success, you're going to get run over. And so be prepared for what's about to come when you're making the dials so that you can be prepared to come right back and let them know that it's okay. You're going to be able to help them. Okay? It's what separates you from everybody else. All right, how about this? We've already got it taken care of. I know. We've all heard that on the older leads, right? I've got it taken care of. All right, perfect. Perfect. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Again, Look, this is the language, right? The language of love. This is the language that's going to allow others to be receptive to what it is that you're talking about, right? Because the average person is going to go, okay, bye, boop. But when you go, okay, perfect. Here's what I'd like to do for you. All of a sudden, this stranger's going to do something for me. I don't even know this person. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to update our system that we've already been able to help you. Now, it shows that you haven't gotten our courtesy annual review completed. You know, what I can do for you as a field underwriter is I can review the benefits of your policy that we helped you with and see if there's any cost of insurance changes, see if we can get a premium lowered for you. Look, I may not have a lot of time. I can squeeze you in. This probably won't take any more than 5 to 7 minutes. And listen, I'll be upfront with you. If on the annual review, it could be an annual review, it could be a quarterly review, it could be a half-year review, however you want to describe it. Based on that review, if there's something that I can't, help you with, then I'll be out of your hair. Is that fair enough? Just a way in. It's a way in. All right, I think I've covered probably like the top 5 or 6 there that we're typically, going to get hit with. I've got about 8 minutes before we get started. So now let's get into words that I like to describe as, this is called magic. Magic words. A lot of what I'm talking to everybody here today is about the language, right? It's not about necessarily how we say, it's what we say. And what we say is going to require a response back. So let's talk about some magic words that we can use in not just dealing with the clients. Probably some little examples that I'll give may have something to do with distribution building and things like that, or recruiting. It's just the way my mind is wired up. But write this down, guys. Say something along the lines of, remember this one, I'm not sure if it's for you, but. I'm not sure if it's for you, but. And I'm going to give you some examples. I'm not sure if it's for you, but see, what this causes the other person to do, the other listener, their subconscious brain is going to hear, no pressure here, right? It takes the pressure away. The subconscious mind says, there's no pressure here. See, by suggesting that they may not be interested, it increases their intrigue. See, the little voice in their head hears, you may want to look at this, right? That's what they're hearing, right? So here's an example. I'm not sure if it's for you. I'm not sure if it's for you, and I'm not sure if I'm not sure if living benefits would be for you, but do you know somebody who would really like some living benefits in their insurance policy? I'm not sure if it's for you, but do you maybe know somebody else who might want to pay off their debt? I'm not sure if it's for you, but do you know somebody who would like to leave money behind for their spouse, for their children? See, I'm not sure if it's for you, but maybe you know someone your age who wants to leave money behind for their grandchildren. It's the attraction factor. I'm not sure if it's for you. All right, here's another one. How open-minded are you? How open-minded are you? I love this one. I use this one this is a game I play with my kids when I want them to do something. How open-minded are you? See, when you introduce a new idea to a stranger, a friend, a prospect, a team member, and you follow it up with an idea you want them to opt into, right? It's called an enrollment conversation. We're always doing it. For us, for those of us that have kids, aren't we always enrolling our kids? You got to brush your teeth, right? You got to eat your vegetables. It's an enrollment conversation, right? What it does is when you're enrolling somebody in a conversation and you want them to opt in, it allows you to naturally attract people to that idea and the thing that you're looking for them to support you with. Okay, so how open-minded are you, or how open-minded would you, all right, how open-minded would you be about trying living benefits as an alternative to your work policy? Somebody says to you, no, I've got insurance at work. I don't need this kind of coverage. I'm good. Okay. Would you be open-minded about trying living benefits as an alternative to your work policy? How about would you be open-minded to trying living benefits as an alternative to that State Farm policy? I know you've got the bundle with the home and the auto and things of that nature. See, instead of you trying to sell them on living benefits, how open-minded would you be about trying living benefits as an alternative to the State Farm policy, to the traditional life insurance policy that you have? You know, we talked about this. We both agreed that you didn't have any living benefits. Would you be open-minded about trying living benefits? Just an enrollment conversation. Would you be open-minded about taking a look at this opportunity? Let's say you're recruiting someone and maybe it's just, hey, would you be open-minded about taking a look at my opportunity, taking a look at this opportunity? How open-minded are you about increasing your monthly income? How open-minded are you about increasing your monthly income? How about, would you be open-minded about allowing me to share with you an alternative to your 401k plan? Everybody's got the 401k. Well, we do IULs, right? Pay tax on the seed or pay tax on the harvest. So how open-minded would you be about allowing me to share with you an alternative plan outside of your 401k plan? Would you be open-minded to speaking with me at 10 a.m. on Tuesday? Would you be open-minded to speaking tonight at 6 p.m.? So again, just some magic there. It's not going to work on everybody, but I'm telling you, you begin to insert just these little questions and you're going to attract people into what it is that you want to enroll them in. All right, here's a good one. This will probably be the last one. Where are we at? Yep. All right. So last one, 1 minute. How would you feel if? How would you feel if? Question mark. How would you feel if? See, this creates a base for understanding in areas of like negotiation and influence. Guys, we are here to practice the art of persuasion. Persuasion is a huge skill that we need to have in what we do as underwriters. Okay. Think about the word motivation, right? It comes from two words that are formed together, right? The word, the motive, M-O-T-I-V, right? That part, that's derived from the Latin word motivus. Motivus, it's the modern day translation for motive. Motive. Another word for motive is reason, right? And then the Asian, A-T-I-O-N, the Asian part, that derives from the word action. See, if somebody's going to take action, they're going to do something, right? They're going to move, they're going to do something. It's a reason to move. It's a reason to do something. That's their motivation. So how would you feel if, right? So how would you feel if this decision led you to pay off your home, right? How would you feel if this decision led you to pay off the home? How would you feel if this decision allowed you to pay off your kids' tuition? If money was left behind and your spouse was able to pay off, right? How would you feel? Get them to tell you. How would you feel if this led you to be able to pay off your debt? In the event of an unexpected illness or a disability, and you had living benefits in place, how would you feel if you received a lump sum amount and you were able to pay off your debt? How would that make you feel? If you didn't have to file for bankruptcy, if you didn't have to put together a GoFundMe on Facebook and now everybody knows your personal business, how would you feel? How would you feel if you didn't make a decision and then something happened next month? How would that make you feel? How would it make you feel if we hung up on this Zoom today, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, and you didn't make a decision and something happened to you next month, next year? How would you feel? How would you feel if you wound up losing everything and had to move out of your beautiful home? How would you feel? And then for maybe like a recruiting last one, like, how would it make you feel if this time next year you joined me in this opportunity and this time next year you were debt free? How would it make you feel if over the next 2 to 3 years, if just by putting in the activity and the work, you were able to put a down payment on a dream home or plan your next vacation? How would you feel? All right. Let's get to it. 10 o'clock.